Morning. Here we are in Bible in pajamas. We start our day out with the Word. And this is the Blue Letter Bible app, Bible in a Year. So, it goes chronologically. That's the one I like, is so we hear it as a story, as it unfolds. Okay, and where are we at? We are at 10 to 13, right? My soul is weary of my life. I will leave my complaint upon myself. I will speak in bitterness of my soul. All right, yeah. Now Job, in this, he's still hearing from his friends. Okay, and his friends are correct in what they say about, as far as their knowledge of God, but their application is poor. Okay, and also, we're going to see where Job talks about how God gives people over to a debased mind. You know, that's how Paul puts it. It's God that gives them over to that uncleanness. It's God who's in control of the wicked. Okay? So, here we go. Chapter 10, verse 2, I will say unto God, do not condemn me. Show me wherefore thou condemnest me. It is good unto thee that thou should oppress, and that thou should despise the work of thine hands, and shine upon the counsel of the wicked. Hast thou eyes of flesh, or seest thou man? Seest? Are the days of man, are thy the days of man? Are thy the years of man's days, that thou inquirest after my iniquity and searchest after my sin? So they're accusing him of some kind of wickedness. But we know that Job is upright. And that's where they err. Okay, it's not righteous judgment. Thou knowest that I am not wicked, and there is none that can deliver out of thine hand. Thine hands have made and thy fashioned me together round about. Yet ye dost destroy me. Remember, I beseech thee, that thou hast made me as the clay, and wilt thou bring me into dust again. Thou hast poured out as milk, and curdled me like cheese. Thou hast clothed me with skin and flesh, and hath fenced me with bones and sinew. Thou hast granted me life and favor, and thy vision hath preserved my spirit. And these things that hast thou hid in thy heart, I know that is with thee. If I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from my iniquity. He knows he's going to be judged too. And if I be wicked, woe unto me. If I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head. I am full of confusion. Therefore, thou see my affliction. He doesn't know why he's being afflicted. For it increaseth. Thou huntest me as a fierce lion. And again, as thou showest thyself marvelous upon me. And thou renewest thy witness against me, and increase thy indignation upon me. And changes and war are against me. Therefore then hast thou brought me forth out of the womb. Oh, that I have given up thy ghost, and no eye has seen me. I should have been as though I have not been, and I should have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Cease then, and let me not be alone. I may take counsel. Comfort a little. Before I go whence, I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and to the shadow of death. A land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order. And there is the light is as darkness. Chapter 11. Then answered Zophar, one of his friends, the Naamathite, and he said, should not the multitude of words be answered? And should a man full of talk be justified? Should thy lies make men hold their peace? And when thou mockest, shall no man make thee ashamed? Woo. So he's calling him a liar. For thou hast said, my doctrine is pure, and I am clean in thy eyes. But, O thou God would speak and open his lips against thee. And he would show thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double, and to that which is. Know therefore that God exacteth of thee less than thine iniquity deserveth. Canst thou by searching find out God? Canst thou find out the Almighty unto perfection? It is as high heaven, who canst thou do? Deeper than hell, what canst thou know? The measure of there is longer than the earth and broader than the sea. If he cut off and shut up or gather together, who can hinder? Verse 11. This is 11:11. For he knoweth vain men, and he seeth wickedness, and he will not then consider it. For vain men would be wise. Through man be born like a wild ass colt. And if thou preparest thine heart and stretchest out thy hand toward him. So he's telling him to repent. Yeah, he's telling him to repent. Check it out. Okay, but he doesn't know that Job is pure. He doesn't know the underlying why Job is being afflicted. For then thou shalt lift up thy face without spot, yea, thou shalt be steadfast and shalt not fear. So even back then he says, if you repent, you'll be washed as white as snow. And he's pleading to him to repent. But what's Job going to repent for? Job doesn't even know why the war's coming against him. Because thou shalt forget thy misery and remember it as the waters that pass away under the bridge. And thy age shall be clearer than the noonday. And thou shalt shine forth and shall be as the morning. And thou shalt be secure, because there is hope. Thou shalt dig about thee, and thou shalt take thy rest in safety. Also thou shalt lie down, and none shall make thee afraid. Yea, many shall make suit unto thee. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as giving up of the ghost. And Job answered and said, no doubt. But ye are of people of wisdom, and shall die with you. But I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you. Yea, who knoweth not such things as these? Duh. Job is a judge. He knows all this stuff. I am as a mocked one of his neighbor, who calleth upon God, and he answereth. The just upright man is laughed to scorn. Of course, if you're just and upright, you're going to be laughed to scorn. He that is ready to slip with his feet as a lamp despised of the things. Okay, he that is ready to slip with his feet is as a lamp despised in thought of as him at ease. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure, unto whose hand God bringeth accordingly. But ask now the beasts that they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air that they shall teach thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knowest not all these things, that the hand of Yahovah hath wrought this? In whose hand the soul of every living thing and breadth of all mankind. Okay, earlier, hey Booze, how are you? What made you seek God? It's hard to believe in something invisible. Well, that's faith, Booze. If you're still there, faith is the belief in that which is not seen. Okay, which really speaks against idolatry, where people make things so they can see them to worship them. Okay, what we can see is things here that have unfolded and that are unfolding now and that will unfold in the future. Okay, so just because we're not seeing it now doesn't mean we won't see it in the future. Praise Yah. And yikes. Doth not thy ears try thy words, and the mouth taste his meat? With the ancient wisdom and length days of understanding. With him is wisdom and strength, he hath counsel understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, it cannot build up again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholds the water, and they dry up. And he sendeth them out, and they overturneth the earth. What's that? The sending out of the water. What is that? Okay, God tells us in Deuteronomy 32. Okay, here's a little connection, a little connecty. Okay, Deuteronomy 32. Boom. Okay. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distil as the dew. As the small rain upon the tender herbs and the showers upon the grass. Already in one of the other chapters here in Job, he's talked about the grass. Okay. Okay. Behold, he withhold the waters. He withhold his doctrine. So we got to know that when God's doctrine has withheld, that's a time of drought. And we're in a time of drought right now, guys. We are in a time of drought right now. Okay? Behold, he breaketh down, and he cannot build it up again. He shuttereth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. He sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth the counsellors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. He loosened the bonds of kings, and girdeth the loins with the girdle. He leadeth the princes away spoiled, and overgroweth the mighty. He removeth the speech of the trusty, and taken away the understanding of the aged. He does that. He poureth contempt upon princes, and weakened the strength of the mighty. He discovers deep things out of darkness, and bringeth out to the light the shadow of death. He increased the nations, and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations, and straighteth them away again. Okay, so he ordains these horrible governments. That's what it says in Romans 13, folks. Romans 13. Okay? Paul just doesn't make this stuff up. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou not be afraid of the power to which that is good, and have praise of the same? For he is a minister of God, thee for the good. But if thou doest evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is a minister of God, a revenger to execute the wrath upon them that do evil. Okay? Even Paul knows. Okay? He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth, and causeth them to wander in the wilderness. The whole world's wandering around in the wilderness right now. Look outside. They grope in darkness without light. His word is a lamp unto our feet. And nobody, and I'm talking about the church, and everybody out there doesn't know anything about his word, man. And they grope in darkness without light, and he maketh them stagger like a drunken man. Drunken. Drunken is an idiom in the Bible for pride. Pride. Not humble hearts that feareth and trembleth at his word. Poor and contrite spirit that trembleth at his word. Not that. No, they have pride. Like a drunken man. Lo, my eye hath seen all this, and my ear hath heard all and understood it. What ye know, the same I do know also. I am not inferior unto you. Surely I would speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with God. Yet ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value, because they're accusing him of sin that he's not partaking in. Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom. Hear now my reasoning, and hearken with my pleadings of my lips. Will ye seek wickedly for God and talk deceitfully for him? Will ye accept this person? Will ye contend for God? Is it good that he should search you out? Or as one man mocketh another, do ye also mock him? He will surely reprove you, and we are going to see that he does, if ye do secretly accept persons. Shall not his excellency make you afraid, and his dread fall upon you? Your remembrance are like unto ashes, your bodies are bodies of clay. Hold your peace. Let me alone, that I might speak, and I may come unto me that will. Therefore I do take my flesh in my teeth, and put my life in my hand. Though he slay me, yet I will trust him. I will maintain my own ways before him. He also shall be my salvation. He also shall be my Yeshua. For a hypocrite shall not come before him. Hear diligently my speech and my declaration with your ears. Behold, now I have ordered my cause. I know that I shall be justified. Who is he that will plead with me? For now, if I hold my tongue. Hey, Robloxen, how are you? How's it going? Only do not two things unto me, that I will hide myself from thee. Withdrawn thy hand far from me, and let not thy dread make me afraid. Then call thou, and I will answer, or let me speak, and answer thou me. How many are mine iniquities and my sins? Make me known to my transgression and my sin. Wherefore hidest thou face, and holdest me for thine enemy? Verse 25. Wilt thou break a leaf driven to and fro? Wilt thou pursue thou dry stubble? For thou writtest bitter things against me, and makest me to possess the iniquities of my youth. Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks, and lookest narrowly upon my path, and thou settest print upon the heels of my feet. He, as a rotten thing, consumeth as a garment that a moth eaten. So he's asking him he's on the right, the narrow path. Make his iniquities known. So he's asking, what did I do? What did I do? Because he's been there. He's been instructing the people just as God had told him. You've got to kind of understand some of the idioms that are throughout the Bible. Deuteronomy 32 and some of Job, which I hit on Deuteronomy 32 there a little bit, with the dew shall fall as the rain. My doctrine falls as the dew and as the rain on the tender grass, or something like that. Anyhow, guys, I love you. But Job is full of these idioms that God uses throughout the prophets. All right. So, I guess tomorrow we'll still be in Job. Okay, so today we hear about his friends. Job enlightens us to how God also controls the wicked. Okay? So, I love you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.